I bet most people watching right now have no idea what this is. It's currently early May here at the farm, and we're going to plant sweet potatoes. This is a sweet potato slip. We get our plants from a place called Steel Plant Company here in Tennessee, and we have been very successful with the slips that they send us. We're going to plant about 50 plants today. If you look, well, don't look at the Band-Aid. Anybody that has rabbits knows where that comes from. Those guys can scratch you up. But if you look at this plant, it's in pretty good shape. It came in pretty good shape in the mail, but we leave them sit in water for a few days just so they get even better. They kind of perk up when you do that. Then they're ready to go in the ground. Sweet potatoes aren't like regular potatoes where you plant when the weather's relatively cool. Usually you can plant regular potatoes before frost. Sweet potatoes, though, thrive in the heat. Here in the Mid-South, we got heat. We got plenty of heat. So we wait a few weeks after our frost date, we put them in and let her rip. We've talked in previous videos how important it is to keep the rows straight. We use a tractor and a cultivator to do a lot of our cultivating, i.e. weeding, for those of you that don't know. But the rows have to be kept as straight as you can get them. We use the highly technical 2 pieces of rebar and string. What we'll do is we will create a straight row, and then we will go down and we will plant our sweet potato slips about 1.5 feet apart. I don't know if you can tell or not, but these are raised rows. They're about 1 foot or so high. We do it with the row builder. I've got previous videos on it, but they're about 3 or 4 feet apart, give or take, to allow these sweet potato plants to grow and spread. They will eventually grow everywhere. This is probably a 50 by maybe 30 plot of dirt we've put for the sweet potatoes this year, and I'll be really disappointed if we don't break 350, 400 pounds. As you can see, we've got a string from point A to point B. That's where we're going to put our plants. Before we started, we took our whiz-bang wheel hoe. We have several wheel hoes here. This is just one of them. And roughed up the soil, so everything should be easy going into plant. We're going to take our spacing tool, i.e. rebar. We're going to lay it down beside the plant. And we're going to kind of mark where we want to put the next one. Then we're going to pick up our tool and make a big hole. You notice how easy that hole goes in? That's because of the raised beds. Everything we do is built with a row builder. You can see our row builder video if you want to see how we do it. We take our Georgia Jet, which is all we grow here, by the way, sweet potato slip, and put it in a hole. And you move to the next one. Now that all the sweet potatoes are planted, we're going to put some fertilizer on it. Got our trusty measuring device, and we're going to sprinkle fertilizer. Just a little bit on each one. After putting the fertilizer on, we're going to add a little water, call it a night. In the first week, we'll come out here every day and give them a little bit of water, make sure everybody's doing good. But after that, you keep them a little bit weeded, and eventually they'll take over this entire spot, and they're almost maintenance free. You know, If you're not growing sweet potatoes, you really ought to think about it. They're not only nutritious, they're easy to grow. They last a long time after you harvest them. And heck, if you got extras, you can feed them to the critters. Until next time, see you down at the barn.